At the beginning of TEHKHANE movie, we see a dark tunnel that is underground. There comes a father named Tad. It seems that he is performing a ritual. During the ritual, he feels like someone is roaring. This roaring sound is from a demon, which the father is shocked to see. The scene changes with him towards a church institute where a sister is raping a girl. The girl is blindfolded and taken to a room. The girl picks up a glass there, after which she experiences some hallucinations. This scene is connected to the first story of this movie. In this girl's vision, we see two women, an older woman and a younger woman. They are both watching a movie on TV together in a dark room. It is shown that the older woman knows the young girl's mother very well, the woman who is no longer in this world. These two ladies are sitting together. Then the young girl feels as if someone is watching her. She gets very nervous. The older woman sitting next to her explains to her not to worry. What you are feeling is only in your mind. It has nothing to do with reality. The same thing happened to me when I was your age, and at that time, your mother took care of me. At the same time, the older woman also tells the young girl that I have read a book and I will explain its context to you. You must have noticed that the way you think, the world around you also seems to you the same way. And this could mean that just as every human being has an angel, there is an angel. Similarly, every human being has a demon. If a person keeps thinking negatively all the time, his demon gets stronger. So strong that if you stay sad all the time, it will dominate you. So it is better that you do not let your thoughts dominate you and be happy. But if you fail in this and that demon takes over you, as I can see in your condition now, then I will tell you a ritual for that. Your mother did not believe in these rituals, but I do, because since then I have been completely cured. Now that First Lady tells you how to do this ritual. The first method involves casting spells, that is, doing a little bit of magic. The second is manifestation. The third method is kept hidden from us. The fourth method is revelation. Then the ritual starts. A glass is held in the hand of this young girl. As soon as she says some spells, she sees a demon in the glass. She is shocked. She throws the glass in fear. Just then, her dead mother appears in front of her. How did this happen? She could not understand anything. Her mother says in her ear, "My daughter, now you are free." But at the same time, her mother turns back into the same whole woman. That whole woman stabs this young girl in the stomach. The girl faints there, and when she regains consciousness, she immediately looks at her stomach. The stab mark was still there, but no blood was coming out of it. This young girl now picks up a hammer in her hand because she was so scared. She goes down to the lounge and sees the whole woman sitting there watching TV. This is quite a shock to her. When she goes and tries to talk to the whole woman, she notices that the whole woman has become completely still. She's neither answering anything nor moving. Only then does this young girl realize that she has been transported to another world. And something must be wrong here. Only then does the scene unfold a little, and we see that this whole woman had desperately made the young girl perform the offering ritual, after which the young girl was about to get into a lot of trouble. At the same time, the young girl vomits blood. Seeing this, she starts screaming in fear that this is happening to me. This young girl had been deceived by this whole woman. There was no way back because now she was in the hands of demons. The name of this young girl has been told to us in detail. In the next scene, we see the church institute. There, we are shown that the detective is talking to his sister about an orphan girl who was kidnapped by the father, and he was doing very strange rituals on this girl. The detective tells the sister that now we have to protect this girl because whatever happened to her, she did not deserve it. Saying this, the detective leaves. After that, the sister brings the orphan girl to her room. Now only the orphan girl was going to stay here. After some time, we are shown that this strange girl is having flashbacks of the same underground tunnel from which the detective rescued her. She sees that there was a demon with her, and now it seemed that the same demon had entered her. The next day, the sister comes to this orphan girl and tells her that, "My child, don't worry. Whatever traumas you have or whatever bad effects are on your mind, we will all end them together." After that, she takes her for a ritual and puts a blindfold on her. It turns out that this connects to the same scene that we saw at the beginning, and we also saw the room where some things related to Satan are lying. Everything is connected to some entity. That is, whatever this orphan girl touches, we will see a story connected to that entity or that person. That is, she will have the same vision that we will see in the movie. When this innocent girl picked up the mirror, she was called a totem by all the objects in this room. If the demon associated with these objects finds its totem, it can either be freed or become more powerful. So in this church institute, students are taken to these objects so that they can visit these objects and learn the different history of each object in the form of a vision. Now coming to the scene of the movie, where we see that innocent girl picking up another totem in the same room. He was being made to do this so that the existing entity or demon inside him could be removed. And it was also necessary that the history of every totem could be known through him. As she touches the new object, a vision appears before her. In this scene we see a pregnant Landy. She's in a very bad condition. She's also bleeding. But the sad thing is that she is bound by her stomach. And there is no one else to bind her. Only her husband. She is screaming in pain and asking for water. The man who has tied him up gives him water, but also tries to kill him. That girl was not going to give up so easily. She kicks the man, and Aista starts ringing and trying to come out from there. But that man was still alive. Here we see that the girl's baby has also come into this world. The Salem man who bound him takes the child's gift. Here we come to know a truth that this woman has not given birth to someone else's child, but to the devil's child. But that man killed this satanic child every time. Then we see that the lady is going to become a mother again. Along with this, we see a strange and poor-looking devil. That devil comes and orders the man who is the lady's husband that now the coming baby, you will baptize him with your blood. On hearing this, the man probably became possessed. He cuts his throat. Blood is blood everywhere. Then in that world comes another child of Satan, whose name he names 666. That is, 656 more children had come before this child, who were not allowed to live by that man. Now finally the Satan baby was in his hand, which he picks up with fear. It was a girl. With this, the scene ends and comes to the same room where the orphan girl was watching this vision. She starts crying a lot. She was very disturbed. Then we see the orphan girl get a terrible bite, in which she sees that father is going to attack her. But then a demon attacks the father and kills him. The demon father's throat is cut so hard that he can't fight any further. After this, the eyes of this orphan girl are opened. After this, the sister, an orphan girl named Ellie, comes to him, holding her hand. She says, "I can know what is inside you. Will you let me hold your hand?" Ellie also wanted to know what was inside her that was not letting her live. She holds the sister's hand. The sister observes that there is a very sweet entity inside. She immediately informs and leaves from there. This sister runs to the other sister and tells them that we should not stay here. There is something very sweet inside that can be dangerous for us. But the rest of the sisters tell her that no, our duty is that if someone has come to our institute, we will not turn away from someone who needs us. We will help Ellie a lot. We then see Ellie being sent back to the same room, that the existing entity within it may be suppressed. At this, Ellie picks a key, and I will tell you the story related to this key. In the next scene, we are shown a Muslim family, where we see that a husband and wife are living. Husband is very worried about his wife's salary, because he feels that there is an entity living inside him, and to remove that, he calls a cleric. Malvi tells him that I will not charge you any extra money. I will charge a reasonable fee. Also, he sends the girl's husband to get something outside, and as long as that boy is out, he goes to his wife and attaches some wires to her. He was an imposter who used to fake rituals using the name of Islam. As soon as this girl's husband comes back, so that cleric starts giving electrical shocks to that girl with the help of his feet, because of which she moves. Malvi says to his husband on this matter that, "Look, I have freed your wife from Jinnat." After that, he goes to husband kitchen. Malvi comes behind him and says, "Bring my money." So the husband of that girl tells him that, "I don't think, Malvi Sahib, that you have cast out any jinn from my wife. Take your money." Malvi takes the money. That's when he sees that there is a key in the girl's pocket. And you will know what that key is in the next scene. The cleric goes inside his wife's room, who was tied up from the stomach and had handcuffs on her insides. She had asked the cleric for help, and the cleric went to free her. Just then the girl's husband also comes there. He tries to stop the cleric, but the cleric explains to him that don't do this injustice to your wife. Look how weak she has become. And then, just then, the girl stabs her husband to death with a knife. The cleric takes the girl from there. As soon as they both are going out, the cleric sees that his husband was completely fine, standing in the kitchen, cutting something. Here, his husband speaks in a perfectly fine voice that Maulvi Sahib, Allah sent you to this religion, but you betrayed this fool. Why haven't you been honest? Why have you chosen Satan? During these days, there are conversations and the cleric is not getting any answers to his questions. He notices that the girl he is rescuing has disappeared from here. He goes back to the room to find her, but when he removes the sheets from the bed, he is surprised to see that instead of the girl, his own daughter was there. Seeing this, he starts crying and starts screaming that leave my daughter. Just then, the man's wife comes here and says that you are here because you betrayed Gort. If your faith was strong, then Gort would have supported you, but not now. As soon as she says this, the cleric's daughter disappears from there. Just then, the cleric looks back and finds the body of the girl's husband, meaning that he was dead at that moment and the person who talked to him does not even know who he was. He panics and starts to go outside, but he sees nothing outside the room except darkness, and with that, the scene stops there. Even after this scene, that is, after seeing this vision, Ellie's condition starts to deteriorate. The entity inside her was not going to give up so quickly. It possesses Ellie again. Without delay, the relay is restarted. Ellie is sent back to this room. This time she picks up a cross that was in the shape of a locket, worn around the neck. As soon as she picks it up, another vision comes in which we are shown a very religious family where three ladies are holding each other's hands and making a wish for a happy life. But among them is one woman who is quite nervous. She is not at all happy with her married life. She feels like her husband is cheating on her. There is also a main character in the same scene whose name we get to know as Alice. After this whole scene and seeing this religious wish being disturbed, she goes to the bathroom to relax a little. And when she returns, there is no one where she was getting ready. In the same lounge, there is a baby monitor that Alice had kept here to keep an eye on her daughter. She hears the voices of the same community leader who was praying from this monitor. But when she goes to her baby's room, there is no one there. But the voices were still coming from the monitor. She gets scared and starts looking for her daughter all over the house, but she cannot see her. What did this mean? Was she in another dimension? Or was there a veil in front of her eyes that prevented her from seeing anything? As soon as she runs to the lounge, she finds the same four ladies there who ask her very seriously, Alice, whatever you have been doing in your life, admit it. Here Alice starts talking in a panic that I do not give my husband any time at all. And I am not a good mother either. But they all tell her that we don't want to hear this. Tell us the real story of what you have been doing in this life. But then one of these ladies comes to her, shows her cross-dressing and says that, look, this dress of yours has come from another man who is not your husband. Whatever it shows, you should confess it. Then Alice admits that yes, I am chatting about my husband. Hearing this, the community leader who was leading the prayer gives her a book. As soon as Alice starts reading the book, it falls from her hands. This book was actually for forgiveness, for repentance from her sins. When the community leader sees that the book has not been read to her, she takes her 7 pure ladies and starts beating Alice. Alice saves her life and takes it from them. One of the ladies says that we shouldn't do this to Alice. We shouldn't oppress anyone. She panics and starts calling the police, but the community leader pushes her away and knocks her unconscious. After that, the 3 remaining ladies go to Alice's room. The community leader has a huge knife in his hand. As soon as she goes, she sees that Alice has covered herself with a sheet. She lifts the sheet so that she can attack Alice and kill her. But here the work is done. It's the other way around. Alice is possessed. Her eyes are completely white and her face looks no less than a demon. Seeing this, she gets scared, and with that, this scene also stops here. Ellie wasn't that bothered by this scene, But as soon as she removes her blindfold, she realizes that her eyes aren't with her. She panics a lot, but later it turns out that this demon was just scaring her. It will never beat me. In fact, Ellie's eyes are with her. They don't go anywhere. After this, we see the main character sister, who was involved in finding out what entity is inside Ellie. She reads a book and starts to get some ideas. Here it is shown that the entity or demon inside Ellie is Hell, the gatekeeper of Hell. It turns out that the demon has become bound to this world because of a cross, and he also wants to be a teacher, but he is not yet in his full power, and in order to be powerful and to do his will, he wants to cry this cross. But he is also not in his full power. The cross is in the room where Ellie goes repeatedly, and the purpose of the repeated failure of the ritual was that the demon inside Ellie wanted Ellie to go to that room repeatedly and find out about the cross. After knowing all this, the sister panics, but the other sisters explain to her that we have come a long way now. Don't turn back. With that, they send Ellie back to the room. This time Ellie picks up a bandage from the room that had a lot of blood on it, and now another vision starts with a new story. Now we see a family here in which there are 4 people. A husband and wife, one of their sons, and a daughter. Their daughter is a possum, whom they have kept in a room. These people call a priest to show their daughter. Husband does not believe the priest at all, but his wife explains it to him and starts showing the priest the marks that his son has on his daughter due to her attack. She tells the lady priest that please take a look at my daughter. The priest goes to the girl's room and sees that the girl's hands are tied with some cloth. He goes there and searches some spells on his mobile and starts performing an exorcism ritual on her. This was quite strange, because if he was a true priest, then why did he need to search on his mobile? Well, after that, he tells the lady that there is no problem with your daughter. She is completely fine. She is not a possum at all. He unties her hands and hugs her, and the girl says in the priest's ear, "Forgive me." At the same time, Sari's entire family turns into demons. They kill the priest standing there. After that, she becomes Lady Normal, that is, the mother of this Posey's girl. She picks up the bandage that had the blood of her daughter's hands on it and throws it outside into the pit where there were other bandages. She finds out that this was not the first priest who had come to her house. Many other priests had come to her house, but fake priests like her who did not know how to do any exorcisms, and perhaps this was the punishment of this fake priest. Now Ellie knew what the demon inside her wanted, so she immediately started looking for the cross. The demon inside Ellie started breaking the cross. The sisters were waiting for Ellie outside. The sister immediately came in and caught Ellie and made her lie down. All the sisters together lifted the cross over Ellie's body, due to which the demon inside Ellie's body, instead of becoming more powerful, went straight back to hell, meaning there was no demon in Ellie's body anymore. At the end of the movie, we see that Ellie has become a completely normal girl and she is very happy. We also find out that Ellie has a living soul with whom she is going to stay. She thanks the sister very much and hugs her and says goodbye. With that, the movie ends. Here, let me tell you the context of this story. As I told you at the beginning of the story, that some bad things happen to every human being and some good things too. The work a person does throughout his life becomes the same. The demon with him becomes stronger and stronger, which forces him to do that work. But the end of such works is not good. As you have seen in every story, be it a fake cleric or a priest or any other human being, whoever is dishonest with his profession, his end is never good. I hope you have got a very good lesson from this movie. Till then, take care of yourself, so that bye.